But y'all gotta pay attention to that type of stuff. Okay? It says a lot about her and, what she represents.
Oh, I remember having a conversation with Andy recently, and I was like, "You really think I don't have like literally? I can look at her like she's my little sister." And truth be told, if she could change time in my head, it doesn't have to be anybody else's head, but she would have wanted me to be big sis. It would.
Bitch, what? Carlos's eyes were closed. I wish I could send y'all the damn picture. Go back and watch. It was closed. Okay? She don't see you and will never see you as a big sis. You came for Portia every season you could. Season 5, she was a dumb cheerleader to you. I always felt like that was very mean of Kenya, because I would have dragged your ass too. Except it wouldn't have took season 6. It would have been season 5. Your ass and your teeth, it would have been all on that damn floor. Okay, you were so rude and demeaning to her, and this girl is just so dumb. Yeah, Portia is a bit ditzy, I ain't gonna lie. I seen a scene with her and Cordell, and she had to, remember, pee on the stick, right? And so she was like, am I gonna pee for 2 minutes? Cordell was like... The damn Cordell was like, no, you idiot, you don't pee for 2 minutes. He didn't call that girl no idiot, but he wanted to, honey. He was so frustrated with her. I was like, Lord. But yeah, she was very nasty to Portia. She always treated Portia as if she was beneath her. So all this little sis talk, bitch, is mighty convenient. You saying that bullshiggity because she ain't on the show. That's that same shit with Nene. Oh, I miss Nene. Meanwhile, you ignored the hell out of Nene. Season 11, when you brought your big ass to Cynthia's wine cooler event, you made sure to speak to Greg and ignored Nene. And then, see, you were nasty then. And nobody focused on that, right? How you kept being combative and ignoring Nene. And I think you felt like Nene should have fought for you to come back to the show. Well, she didn't want me back on this. She probably didn't want you in all these fake ass storylines that you conveniently come up with. Okay? But, yeah, she was real nasty to Nene. But what people will bring up is, well, Nene talked about her baby, and the baby is gonna be a buffalo. Y'all knew what she was doing. She attacked Portia's weight too. But see, why didn't Portia, Miss Cancer, honey? Why was she able to forgive Nene? Because she knew that Nene was hurt. She was upset. She called her a fat piggy, because she was pregnant. I think Nene even said, though, she was fat before she got pregnant. Damn, Nene is shady. Okay, even Portia, though, was able to forgive that, because she really loves Nene and sees Nene as a big sis. Hell, I wouldn't have a job without Nene. Nene has gave me lots of good advice when it came to marriage and relationships. Why? I will reiterate once again. She's seen Nene with a man for a substantial amount of time. You have never seen that with Kenya. This is not a dig to her. I'm not suffering from any type of misogyny issues where, oh, you don't have a man and I don't see your worth. No, nobody's gonna look up to you if you're not demonstrating certain things. You could be the greatest person in the world, most accomplished, but if I'm having relationship issues, I'm not gonna be going to a bitch that don't never stay with nobody, don't never pick out the right person, first of all, okay? I feel like Kenya has strategically picked out people for this show. I do feel like that. Everything with her is about this damn show. Even her and Mark's relationship. I think it was for the show. Like, I want this baby and I want her to be on the show. And child, y'all know her and Mark had an agreement, okay? Like, girl, stop playing with us, Kenya. Okay, but all this big sis, that's why, like, you guys, that's why I kept pausing the damn interview. I can't even get through it because it's like, it's so fake and pretentious and we're good now. You know, they're not on the show, but what was when Portia was on the show, you was calling her a hoe and she screwed Bolo. Then you made some type of cryptic social media post when she got with Simon and girl, stop playing, okay? Stop it.
Would have been me, big sis, and her. I mean, look at what she was doing in her life, where she wanted to go.
What have you did though? Besides Miss USA, what have you really accomplished in your life for somebody to really look up to you? We haven't heard about you on Broadway. You wasn't even on the shows the way Nene was on. The New Normal. All of y'all did Celebrity Apprentice after Nene did it. Even Candy wasn't doing stuff like that. The Broadway and the Celebrity Apprentice and the New Normal. And you, girl, you was supposed to be this, big Hollywood actress. That was always a lie from Kenya. Like, girl, your stuff is straight to DVD and it ain't no tea, it ain't no shade. But you was never this big actress the way you made yourself out to be on this show. Yeah, but I'm pre-Housewives. Well, none of you bitches really about anything until y'all got on this show. That's when you really became a household name. Okay? She used to always throw that in Nene's face. I'm more of the actress, and no, you don't. You are a one-trick pony, Kenya. And then she gonna get on here lying again, talking about she's bored this season. No, bitch, you're boring. You don't have nothing more of value to bring. Probably never had much because you was always using somebody else's husband, honey, for a storyline. Even the one you paid. Yes, I said it, honey. That little agreement you made with Mark. Like, everything with you is storyline. And production probably got sick of your ass. And I think it was the last interview, she said Bravo told her that you don't get first chair because you don't really be bringing enough, doing enough. Like, they was keeping your ass honest. Okay? But yeah, she get on here talking about how production is blackballing her and, you know, making her look bad. And I'm going to get to that too. But it was funny though when Nene was only, had 6 episodes? When she was being allegedly phased out of the show. Okay, that was cute though when it was Nene. See, it's always funny when it's somebody else. But guess what? When you laugh at somebody else, your turn is next, bitch. Okay? And y'all don't forget that. Okay? So let's get to it. But she is just too fake for me, you guys. I can't.
I'll leave it at that.
No, I definitely think that there is this mutual respect that you two have for each other. I never thought in a million years that it was that deep between you and Portia. I know Portia personally too. Mm-hmm. I know that Portia, when she came on the show, people got to understand you're growing into the woman you are now.
Yes.
Portia was married to a man that obviously appeared to be very controlling.
Yes.
And she was navigating through what that life was like. I can state for a fact, Portia, truthfully, does not have an issue with you.
No, I know that.
But the fans think that it's this like you're jealous of her, you hate her. You know.
Who?
Carlos, she was. See, if you was conducting this interview in an honest way, like, you would admit that. At least season 5, right? At least season 5, you would have to acknowledge there was jealousy. And we saw it. Those of us that chose to see it, we saw it.
It's one.
Yeah.
They said it to her,
right.
they said it to me. They don't know what the relationship. It's like really having a little sister. You're going to be in love one day and out of love another day. You're going to fight one day.
No, I'm not buying nothing she's talking about. Girl, you selling wolf tickets. You have always been in a competition with Portia. You probably jealous now. She over there with Simon, ugly ass. Okay, I said it. That's a ooga booga bear, honey, if I've ever seen one. Ooh, child. Portia, honey. But we all know Portia don't care about looks. She care about that money, honey. Long as that money is green. Okay? Child.
You're going to not fight another day. And, listen, it's a very interesting dynamic. But I think the key word is, two things I have to say about Portia. I have never said she was a bad person. I think she's made some bad decisions. We all have, right? But I have only said two people on this show in this entire time I've been on the show are not good people. She's not one of them.
Who are the two people that aren't good people?
I think you know.
Name them. Is it Marlo and Nene? Who is it? Who is it, guys? Courtney? I heard she cannot stand Courtney. I bet you don't like Courtney, because I'm going to tell y'all a little something about people like Kenya. I'm going to tell y'all something. They don't like to be called out. They don't like when you can see them for their works. Okay? I'm not calling Kenya a narcissist, but hell, the shoe fits. But you know how you dealing with a toxic personality, and you may have encountered this person at work, or I don't know, hell, at your child's school or whatever. And do you notice when you pick up on a person's personality and you kind of call them out or anything you've seen them do, and they don't like you because they don't like that. They don't want to be called out. They don't want to be put on Front Street. And Courtney sees Kenya. And I love that Courtney said on her interview, the show doesn't need Kenya. It doesn't. Your time is up, sweetie. It's not that you're bored. You're boring. You don't have much to offer, or you would offer it. Okay? Once Nene left, it was your time to really shine. But no, Kenya does better when she feels like she's in competition with people. And I'm going to say this. If I was her, since she's still on the show, I would kind of watch what I say, because, bitch, it still ain't too late for them to get rid of you. Okay? Because, look, I know they paying you a lot of money, like Candy, and y'all are the problems. They could replace y'all and get people for cheaper, newer, fresher faces. Okay, we done already seen all the configurations of Candy's storyline with Todd, Mama Joyce, Carmen, Don Juan. Like, we done seen that. We done seen Kenya and her paying a man to be a husband, having a baby. She trying to have another baby with the same raggedy man. Well, allegedly, honey, she ain't trying to do that no more. But you said it on the show. You should have never said that. See, we can't. This is what I'm saying with Kenya, guys. It's hard to feel sorry for her, because she'll get on the show saying she want another baby with Mark and they already got the embryos. Girl, as badly as he has treated you, no ma'am. You need to quit. Okay?
Well, of course I do.
I'll leave it at that.
And I'll have to say, with one of them, I agree wholeheartedly.
Yes.
And
who the hell they talking about? There's only two bad people on this show. And he said one of them, he agrees wholeheartedly. Who the hell y'all think he talking about? Who do y'all think they talking about? Put it in the comments.
Yes. I think you know who they are.
Really quickly, I want to talk about colorism really quickly. Kenya mentioned in my last review of her, she says that, she feels like she's a dark-skinned woman and the girls are always coming at her twice as hard, and other light-skinned women, they do mean and evil stuff. And okay. Like I said before, I don't feel bad for Kenya, and I don't feel like there's any colorism with her as it pertains to her bad behavior. You cannot act like a bitch, be flirting with folks' husbands, be making fun of people in their marriage, talking about they be in control, that whole Portia and Cordell situation, and then you got your ass with Mark. Okay, that's why you really look bad. season 12, because we saw the chickens come home to roost. You made fun of Portia just to end up just like Portia in the same type of marriage, except your shit was worse because Mark didn't defend you. We saw Cordell defend Portia. Okay, when it came to you, he had her back at that Divas and Icons event. He had his woman back, and he was willing to leave and walk out. We ain't never really seen nobody put up a fight except for Brandon, but he had got his ass beat by Apollo, honey. Shout out to Nene. That's what he get, standing up in a red dress, looking like a queen. Not a dress, a suit, whatever she said, honey. It was so funny. What else did she say about Kenya? Yeah, you and your diaper booty, honey. Ciao. That shit was funny. But yeah, my issue I have with Kenya is there's way too much hypocrisy with her. Like, she'll get on other people for stuff. Like Portia, right? Get on Portia's marriage with Cordell just to end up in the same damn marriage some years later. Make it make sense. Okay, and then she love bombed us, and he's so great. He's an alpha. He's this. He's that. He's this. He's that. He ain't even been on screen, but she was building his ass up. Just call him baby. See, that type of shit, you perpetuating your own narrative of people not believing you can get a man, keep a man, stay with a man. We didn't even see the man that season until like the last minute, and production probably begged your ass to finally show him. Yeah, you can't do stuff like that, can you? And then think that people gonna take you serious. Okay, you pull the same bag of tricks, honey, every time, and it gets old.
And the other thing about Portia, she has never hit me below the belt. I don't believe she's ever hit me below the belt. Like, she's hit me. No.
Hell yeah, she hit your ass. Okay, she hit your ass again. That was funny. I'm sorry. I am Miss non-violent. Y'all know how I am. But when she dragged her ass, when I tell you I ain't never watched a fight so much, it was a one-sided fight. But I was like, damn, because I think that we as the viewing audience was just like, she got her ass. Got your ass, Mr. Postman. I was happy for Portia. Okay, I was happy for Portia because you kept saying all types of derogatory stuff about that girl, calling her dumb, calling her stupid. You guys, come on now, that stuff is mean. You can't go around with a bullhorn at that, pointing the damn scepter at the damn girl. What can you say to Portia? I want Portia to spell scepter. That shit was funny too. Like, they had a good back and forth. Kenya and Portia, I ain't gonna lie, they some good ass TV, right? It's a good tennis match, okay? Venus, Serena, and Venus. But yeah, Kenya always tried to act like she was just so much better than Portia. Oh, I'm just so much smarter than you. Oh, I'm so this, I'm so that. When she dragged her ass, that shit embarrassed the hell out of Kenya. And embarrassed her. And she wanted Portia to get fired. That's why she was saying that. Yeah, get fired, get fired. She's out of here. And the bitch was back next season. Girl, stop it. Okay, and I heard that Portia wasn't even demoted because of the fight. She was demoted because she refused to share her relationship, right? I guess she had some type of relationship, honey, with one of the Africans. Maybe it was Simon's cousin that bought the Rolls Royce, honey, but that's just what the people are saying, honey, out in these streets.
Well, she pulling my hair. Right. Of like the things that I wanted most in my life, my child, my marriage. I don't recall a time where I have felt like she hit me below the belt. Like, I can say she didn't support me in those moments sometimes, but the willful...
Why would she, if you're being a nasty gutter snipe? Okay? I told y'all, I was getting ready to call this girl Portia. Kenya's mother set her up. Like, she set her up wrong.
Hatred or trying to hurt you in a really direct way. She's never done that to me. And when they have, is when I know, I see you. I see what you're trying to do.
Girl, shut up. Even that statement is her being, manipulative. Because you can't get mad at people for the hurt and the pain you caused them. That was Phaedra's husband, criminal or not. You touching on her husband, saying he fine. You texted him, hey babe, you look nice when you was on Wendy or whatever the hell. That's inappropriate. And you like, I apologize. Bitch, you wasn't serious about that because they caught your ass season 6. They caught you. Season 5, I think you pushed him in the pool and your man was there. Allegedly, your man, Walter. But season 6, Phaedra caught y'all alone again. And then on this interview, well, I didn't even want to shoot the scene with the married man and being alone. And I got sick of people, saying I was a slut. Your behavior led the people to believe that about you. That's why Apollo lied on you. Okay? Because he felt like people would believe it. Because of your behavior. Even as a man, he noticed your slutty, desperate behavior. Oh, yeah, I could come up with this. They gonna believe it, too, because look at her. He was sitting up there, girl, watching that. Yeah, he participated in it, and he was wrong, but he was watching your behavior. You initiated all of that. But the Kenya stands, what they'll say is, well, Phaedra was just mad that Kenya could take Apollo from her and all this stupid shiggity, honey.
And it won't work.
When she pulled your hair, real talk. We talk about how you were season...
Child, my greens, honey, they smell good, honey. Got some neck bones up in them greens. I'm gonna make some cornbread, you guys, with my cast iron skillet, honey. Dinner today, honey, is gonna be good. Okay. Ooh, child, it smells so good. Would y'all hurry up so I can get to my damn greens?
5, seeing the episodes air, you're disappointed with what's being shown. Is new to you. She pulled your hair. This is season 6 reunion. Obviously, it's a moment that will forever be replayed. Mm-hmm. Did it take a toll on your mental health?
Oh, absolutely. Because when you live through a situation like that, like I am a former Miss USA. What I have always said, I'm not going to be that girl fighting on TV. I will fight you with my words all day long. I don't
see. You can't, and that's the problem with Kenya. Even when you're fighting with your words, you still, especially you, because a lot of people like to compare apples to oranges. They love comparing Candace Dillard to Kenya. I think that I've been more impressed, you guys, and maybe it's just me. Y'all know I love Candace. I do not like Kenya as much as I like Candace because I just feel like Candace is more real and transparent and forthright, and I can stand by a person when they are like that. And Carlos, you need to interview Candace next. Do another interview with her, honey. I just feel like I never saw Candace like calling somebody stupid and dumb and like being a bully, right? I've seen that with Kenya. I've seen it. Portia has called this girl a bully, and I know people will say, well, Portia be fighting and stuff. Yeah, I'm not a fan of all that fighting that she did, but when she dragged this heifer, y'all gotta understand she did that for a reason. Okay, she got sick of that girl's shit. Kenya thought that she could bully Portia. And there are people like that in the world. If they feel like they could bully you and get away with it, they go keep doing it. But y'all notice she thought twice. She did fuck with Portia a little bit, but it wasn't like how she did season 5. She backed away from that because she knew Portia will beat the brakes on that ass. And that's a cancer. When we get a hold of your ass, we ain't gonna let go. Because it's like, I done told you once, I done told you twice. Next time, honey, I'm not gonna be so nice. Okay? And if I was Portia, I wouldn't have been apologizing at that reunion and, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't know what I was doing. And girl, shut up, shit. You knew what the hell you was doing and you meant to do it. And it's okay, okay? But she was trying to keep her check. So that, I guess, honey, but girl, I embarrassed myself. What was Portia saying? Like, you didn't embarrass yourself. Kenya did. Kenya should be embarrassed. I felt embarrassed for Kenya. I was like, girl, the people ain't gonna let that die down, honey.
I don't care what anyone does to me. Don't put your hands on me, and I will do the same. And that's not what happened. And so where you think that there are limits and barriers and, we all understand we are working here. We are not on a street corner. This is a professional environment where
you need to act professional, and you don't.
You should feel safe to say, air, do whatever you feel, especially in a reunion situation. But when, we can argue this back and forth, but when you think that's how everyone else thinks, but that isn't how everyone else thinks. This is a new era in life. You ask somebody maybe over 40, they're going to say, absolutely not. You ask someone under 40, yeah, I'd put my hands on that person too if they had something in my face or whatever. It was polar.
You was in her personal space. You was calling her dumbasses and dumb, and this girl is so stupid. She's a cheerleader, and she's like, you were mean, and for you to not acknowledge any of your behavior, it just seems a bit narcissistic to me. Like, I did it, but I'm supposed to be able to get away with it. No, and Nene said it best. You could play with the weak for so long, but honey, they go get strong on that ass and get you together. Portia had already been broken up with by Cordell. Kenya bullied her, whether you like Portia or not. See, y'all don't want to acknowledge that. That man already hurt and disrespected and embarrassed that woman by breaking up with her on Twitter, right? He already did that, and you got Kenya saying, he ain't even want your ass. You ain't got him now. He don't want your ass. He left your ass, and you don't say that to a woman. And then season 12, and that's why Nene gut punched that ass. Now, before she gut punched your ass, she was trying to be nice to your ass. Your ass ignored her. Okay? You ignored her. You were dismissive of her, but she got you when she said, yeah, that's why Mark is twirling on out of the marriage. Nose ring and all. And that's why Mark, he liked Nene. And I like that about Mark. Like, this lady ain't did nothing to me. She's cool. I think that Mark, and I'm going to say this, like I said, I'm not a fan of how Mark treated Kenya, because my whole thing is, if you don't want to be with somebody, you owe it to that person to tell them and then leave the marriage. You don't keep playing with somebody and their feelings. And as much as I don't like Kenya, I don't believe she deserved that. Okay, because I'm not a fan of that type of behavior. If you don't want to be with somebody, then let them know. But don't try to act like you working on stuff. Then you pull away. And then, to be honest with y'all, I don't know really what to believe, because Kenya be lying. But she will put it out there that Phaedra is the only liar on this show. And I didn't call each and every last one of these heifers in a few lies. Okay? So, that's how I feel about that. But yeah, it was karma. I don't care what nobody say, that was karma season 12 that played out, because we saw her for years disrespecting people's marriages.
Polarizing. And for me, I never saw it being polarizing. I always saw it being one way, and that is,
of course you didn't see it from Portia's perspective, because you just feel, okay, this is what makes her narcissistic, you guys. I just feel entitled. And she came on this show acting entitled because of her title. And your title, or any job that you do, that's ego. There's who you are, and then there's what you do. And you don't have the right to bully somebody the way that you did Portia. Like, that was wrong. I felt bad for Portia. I did. Because I was like, wow, she's so mean to her. Like, for no reason. It was just like for no reason, just overly nasty. The cast picked up on it. Nene had picked up on it. And y'all claim Nene is such a horrible person. When Portia first got on this show, she didn't really dog Portia out or anybody out. My favorite season, yes, I'm talking about my favorite housewife, honey, of all time. My favorite season of Nene, I would say, is season 5. That was her glory season. Glory. But yeah, Kenya, you're not owning your bad behavior. There's no acknowledgement. And the nigga that's doing the interview is not keeping you honest either. Okay? Carlos, come on, bruh. Come on now.
Never put your hands on somebody. Someone.
What happened to you after you left the reunion and had to deal with the reality of it being played constantly? People are making jokes of it. It's a meme. You always prided yourself on being, like you said, a beauty queen. You're a wordsmith. I can read you. Let's fight about words. One time you shared a story with me how you were sometimes afraid to have dinner or lunch at outdoor restaurants because you never knew when somebody walked by you and tried to mimic what happened. Tried to pull your hair.
Or think, they think it's funny.
Yeah.
So these young kids, they think those...
Was it funny when you was calling that girl dumb and stupid and making fun of her and her marriage, and even when they was out in LA, and yeah, all the girls had an opinion about Portia's marriage, and they all perceived that Portia was being controlled by Cordell, by some of the stuff that Portia was saying about Cordell not wanting her to go to the strip clubs, this, that, and the third. You was making fun of that. Oh, well, is he going to sign Portia's permission slip? And now I told y'all, I'm no fan of how Cordell treated Portia, but I have to go with Candy when Candy said, and I think she said it at the reunion, I shouldn't have had such an opinion about y'all marriage, because everybody's marriage is ran differently. It is. Some people are more free in their marriage. Y'all know I'm not for that controlling bullshiggity. But to me, Kenya, of all people, the one that was not married, like, she really shouldn't have had the most, to me, she had the most to say. And at that time, Phaedra was married and Nene. I told y'all, when you've been married for a substantial amount of time, that's experience. Same if you're at a job for a certain amount of time. That's experience. Nobody can take that from you. But you wasn't even married and just had all this shit to say. And then we see how you behave. You made yourself into a pretzel for Mark, but criticize Portia for that shit. That was the irony of all of that.
Like you see now, people are going by snatch people's wigs off of their head like it's funny. And that could be extremely, extremely traumatizing for some people. So for me, I would...
What about the trauma you put Portia through when you was making fun of her?
Definitely in that state where I was paranoid. I didn't feel comfortable being out by myself, which I always go out by myself. You see me usually in Atlanta, I'm by myself. I'm confident. I'm going to do whatever I want to do. If I want to have a drink by myself or dinner or whatever, I don't worry about what other people think. So when that happened, I just remember being in New York one time and I was outside and I remember some little young girls going by and they were yelling some stuff or, like taunting me. And I was just thinking, oh, these bitches are going to try me now. They're going to try me because they think I'm a punk. And we know I'm far from a punk. I just don't want to be that girl fighting on TV. I don't want to be a part of the Bad Girls Club or...
Well, then you need to be watching what you say. And you cannot taunt people. And that's why I always felt a way when people compare the Monique and Candace situation to Portia and Kenya. It was totally different. Like I said, Monique was totally wrong for that. Yeah, but, she told Candace told Monique to drag her. Monique wanted to fight Candace, so she was gonna fight Candace. Y'all could see the lead up to that. Y'all saw how she treated Candace when they got to that other house. It was definitely this tone, this energy of, yeah, I have it out for Candace, and I feel like I should be able to punk and control Candace. She's my little sister. Ain't that what this one just said, honey? Ain't that interesting? So we saw the lead up. People pissed me off with Candace and the Monique fight because they act like they didn't see Monique's malicious behavior, like building up to the fight and her starting stuff and acting as if, Candace backstabbed her and did her wrong. And, she was in on the whole paternity thing about my son. First off, we saw the footage of Chris, Monique's ex-husband, telling Giselle, don't the baby look like me? Yeah, that's my baby. And Giselle is riding in a car with Monique. Why didn't Candace ride with you? So it was Giselle spreading the rumors about your son. See, these bitches are very convenient, but I'm going to tell you a little something about life. If a bitch wants to fight you, she wants to have a problem with you, if she feels threatened by you, you are going to be her target. And that is why Monique fought Candace. It wasn't just, she said, drag me. It was, I'm going to, teach this bitch a lesson. Okay, and then maybe the other girls, they'll like me more. And, because at that time, the girls was on Monique's side before the fight. And, Candace be doing too much. And then Robin and Giselle, and I think it really hit Giselle before the fight. She was like, damn, why are you so nosy? Y'all remember when Candace was giving Giselle the information about Michael cheating on Ashley for the millionth time? So yeah, even Giselle picked up on Monique's bad behavior then. All right, you guys, I'm going to end the video right here. We're going to have to come back with a part 2 of this because I got even more to say, honey. I don't want the video to get too long. Don't forget, guys, to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, brand new, and I will check you guys out in the next video.